my name is Fernando Moguel, and I'm the composer for A Promising Game. Honestly, this project, A Promising Game, is actually my first main project as the composer for for the whole film. I've done different projects here and there where I put in a song for a short film, or I've done a lot of children's composition, children's writing, children's music writing. I've done individual projects, different arrangements for clients. But this as a whole project, being involved as the composer for the whole film, this is my first main project like that. I mean, since I was 9 years old, I've always loved writing, composing. I'd create melodies and write music on the piano, instrumentals, and then later on I started adding lyrics to my music. And I mean, the way I got into A Promising Game, I reached out to Colin. He's been a friend of mine, and I saw that he was searching for composers for his project, and I reached out, and he gave me a shot, said, yeah, let's get involved. Or I did a couple songs for him, and that led to more, and eventually did the whole composing for the film. My approach for writing music, there's not a particular method that I use, but my approach for A Promising Game, there was something that I tended to do for most of the songs, which I think helped a lot. Basically, I'd start off viewing the whole film. I'd view it in its entirety, and then I'd view the particular sections that I was writing for, several times, and then eventually I'd start to just play along as I watched the the particular section that I was trying to write for. I'd watch and play along on the piano, just to see what would come up, any ideas or melodies, just improvisation basically, until I got something kind of solid going. So once I had that and I was able to play something from start to finish, I kind of worked with that as my foundation.
We was gonna take our little cupcake over here to this fancy hostel, but I got a new idea. You part of that new deal. It just came to me right over there.
I think one of the important things, and something that really helped the whole process, was before starting on writing anything for A Promising Game, Colin and I, we'd sit down, we'd get together, and we'd talk about things, and he'd tell me what his ideas were. He'd tell me not just what the sound was that he was looking for, but also what was going on in the characters, in their heads, their thoughts, the plots, their personalities, more in-depth things that definitely helped to get more detail, of what he wanted and what was right for the film. But I think the communication was very important for the process of A Promising Game and making the sound right for the film. I think if I had to say the track that I'm looking forward to most in A Promising Game to see, or that I'm excited about, is the first track of the film. It's a track that introduces the antagonist, and because a lot of the other tracks in the film were pretty emotive and melodic based, and that's very much my element. My element is melodic and very emotive, a lot of strings, that kind of thing. But this one was meant to be grittier, more raw, less melodic, more synths. So it was a bit of a challenge, and it was fun to go out of my element and go into different territory, try different methods, techniques. So I think that the first track of A Promising Game that introduces the antagonist is what I'm most excited about.